Hi, today we're going to take a look at the LuV250C bagless upright vacuum cleaner by LG. LG is a Korean firm and they've been around since about the 1950s. They're really well known for making LCD TVs and mobile phones, but lately they've started to manufacture vacuum cleaners with some pretty good results. The vacuum is really easy to assemble. It has no screws or screwdriver, and the pieces essentially just snap into place. And there's not that many of them. Here we can see we've got the vacuum hose, we've got a combination tool that fits on the side, an aluminum handle, this is actually a wand as well, and a grip that sits on top of the handle. Now I'll put these things on and show you how quickly it actually goes. We'll take the handle, put it in here, click it into place. The grip goes right on top. The hose attaches down here, and we'll put it through the holder and attach it to the grip. And the combo tool sits over here. The vacuum uses LG's compressor technology. Compressor technology involves a wiper blade, which we can see here, moving back and forth inside the dust canister. LG claimed that this allows the canister to hold about 3 times what it would without the technology. Now this may seem like something of a gimmick, but there are many consumer comments indicating that this idea works quite well, and we've tested it and also found it to be quite effective. The dirt canister on the vacuum is very easy to empty. It comes off with a single click. The debris is then dumped into the trash by pushing a button on the back of the unit. And then you can close it up again manually. And then it reattaches very easily again. This machine has a motorized brush bar with an on-off switch. Motorized brush bars are usually preferred to those that are driven by the vacuum suction. They tend to be more powerful and are generally better at cleaning carpet. The brush bar switch is located right here on the side of the vacuum. It's right beside the power switch. Let's turn the power on. Brush bar switch. The ability to turn the brush bar on and off is really helpful if you're transitioning from carpet to bare floors, or vice versa. Usually you want the brush bar off when you're cleaning bare floors and on when cleaning carpet. Height adjustment on this vacuum cleaner is manual, and there are 5 different settings seen here on the front of the vacuum nozzle. Low, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 being the highest. So you can make appropriate adjustments depending on the floor surface or the thickness of carpet. As you can see, it picks it up pretty well. Now we're going to see how the vacuum performs on heavier debris. What you see here are flax seeds, and over here are heavier and larger peppercorns. All in all, there's minimal scattering, and it seems to do a pretty good job of picking up everything. Here we have the brush bar off, and what we've got is kind of a mishmash of all the different things we've been pulling out of the carpet in the testing. Again, not bad. Let's see how well the vacuum performs when getting up tight against the baseboards. As you can see, it pulls up almost all of the debris. There's a little bit of scatter, but very little. One of the reasons the machine performs well on this test is that it has 3 suction channels across the nozzle. There's one in the middle and one on each side of the nozzle. Now we're going to take a look at the vacuum attachments, including the pet hair tool. They all attach to the end of the aluminum wand. The wand is released by pressing the button here. And it comes out quite easily. The crevice tool and brush tool attached to the side of the vacuum. It's a combination tool, 2 in 1. In this configuration, it's the crevice tool. We press the button, we can extend the brush to the end, it becomes a brush tool, and then back. The pet tool here has an air-driven turbine, so it's got bristles and its own brush bar, but it's driven by air as opposed to being motorized. It clicks into the end of the wand, like this, and we're going to use this in just a moment on some actual pet hair. The hose is about 8 feet in length. We've actually measured it. And the aluminum wand fully extended is slightly over 2 feet. So in total you're looking at about 10 feet of reach. The hose is attached near the bottom of the machine, so that really stops it from being easily pulled over. This level of reach will get you to the ceilings without much trouble and probably a short set of stairs. If you were doing a longer set of stairs, it could be a little limiting. The reach of the power cord on the vacuum is quite good at about 30 feet. It doesn't have an auto rewind feature, but it stores fairly conveniently on the back of the unit. It also comes with a quick release feature here, so the whole thing pops off at once. Now let's take a look at the filters on this vacuum. There's 2 filters. There's a pre-filter that sits atop the canister and a HEPA filter that sits underneath. They're both washable and they're not that hard to get at. The pre-filter sits up here. This is a foam filter, and the case and the filter itself can both be washed, and when they're dry, completely dry, they can simply be fit back in the vacuum. The HEPA filter sits under here. Comes out fairly easily as well. It too can be washed, and again when dry, put back into the vacuum. The LuV250C is a fairly compact vacuum, and as a result it's quite easy to store. The handle also collapses, which makes it easier to put into a closet, for example. The vacuum weighs 16.5 pounds. It's not too hard to lift, and 16.5 pounds is about average for an upright. It's certainly not too heavy. The nozzle has a cleaning path width of around 13.5 inches. Now this provides a reasonable amount of cleaning per pass. The brush bar on the unit has overload protection, so if the brush bar hits an obstruction or gets tangled in some way such that it is stopped or slowed, the brush bar motor will actually turn off, thereby saving the motor from potentially burning out. If this happens, you simply have to remove the obstruction or tangle, and you press the bright red reset button on the side of the nozzle here, and that'll turn the motor back on and you're back to vacuuming. The main motor also has thermal overload protection, which provides the same kind of thing. The vacuum also carries a 5-year parts and labor warranty, and that's fairly long. It's about the same as most Dyson vacuum cleaners. All in all, our experience with this machine was quite good. We were impressed both with the design and the performance. So that concludes our overview of the LuV250C. We'd like to thank you for watching, and also make sure to check out vacuumcleaneradvisor.com for vacuum cleaner reviews and vacuum ratings. Thanks.